So excited to be here with Illuminate Film Festival. I am with a super fan, Marlene of Rescued Hearts, and would love to hear what impacted you most about that film.
Well, I really felt that it was a very authentic film. Like I could see the hearts of the filmmakers through the film. It was interesting to see them in the screen too, telling their own journey while making the film. And I just felt that they touch on many different important topics about consciousness and love and healing, the connection with animals and nature, but from a very vulnerable and authentic way. And that really connected me. Yes, I really enjoyed the film. I felt it was very courageous what they did.
I think that word, even, it's interesting, right? Courage, cœur, the root is heart in French, right? And yeah, right? I know. I just thought that you said that, and you think of courage, right? Like being of the heart. And so just thinking about the vulnerability, the courage, and how that's impacted you. Has there been a moment in your life where you've had to be courageous?
Yeah. I actually shared with them yesterday that it inspired me. I'm working on a film myself, and I am at the point of deciding if I am include or not myself in the film because it's very personal. And watching their film, I was like, of course, like my two producers told me that I had to include myself in the film. But as I watched them, how like brave they were on, yes, this is my story and I can be vulnerable there, it just inspired me to do it. So yesterday.
Wow. Okay, so now inquiring minds want to know, can you tell us more about your film and might you involve yourself?
Yeah, of course. My film is called Good to Go, and it's a feature documentary, and I am exploring the journey of women over 80 years old preparing to die from different spiritual and cultural perspectives. So how they get ready for that moment. It's not that they are like terminally ill or anything. It's just like women that want to be ready and want to do it in a very mindful way. And I am making this film because I experienced the death of my dad when I was a kid in an accident. And I was not prepared, my family were not prepared. And I just realized first how important it is to accept that that's going to happen and that we need to face and accept that. And how that transforms your own perspective of life and reality, which has been my case. I mean, it was really painful, traumatic, but it was also one of the probably the most important experience in my life to awaken me to my spiritual experience. So I want to share that with the world.
That's beautiful. You know, this festival is all about raising consciousness and connecting at the heart level and looking through lens of love and really getting the oneness here. How do you feel Rescued Hearts, how do you feel that lived into the mission of this film festival?
Absolutely. Well, looking through the lens of love, I feel that as a conscious filmmaker, conscious media creators, we are bringing a new perspective to the world, really, through our eyes. And hopefully we can inspire other people to look at reality in this way. So I think that film, because it was so authentic and so real, like so simple, so real, so true, it brought that for me. And for many people, I mean, like everybody was so so happy and so excited. Yeah.
This is not a session to get into your film, although it's as I'm listening to you, I'm like, I think, well, and it sounds like your experience, the grief, what you experienced with losing your father. One of the things that I heard you say early on was how that vulnerability, that Dana's vulnerability of her healing journey, really touched your heart, and so just sense that maybe we talked about courage being of the heart, and maybe that would be something for you to step into to share your
No,
journey.
for sure. It was inspiring because I mean I was a little bit shy on like should I who am I to be in front of the camera when I have these beautiful women sharing their story. But the truth is like I am telling this story because this is important for me too, no? And she allowed herself to be in such a place in her film of like really sharing the deepest moments of pain, and that really moved me. And as an audience, I could like feel how important it is to put yourself out there. I mean, and if this is what the story requires, then it's a yes, and I have to listen to that.
I think we got our answer. You didn't know this was going to be a coaching session. Yeah. Marlene, I'm excited. This your film, and it sounds like, you really resonated in that. One of the takeaways from Rescued Hearts was the importance of being your authentic self and really sharing from a vulnerable space from your heart. Because I know Dana talked about she didn't really think or want to necessarily be in front of the camera. And what you were saying, it's like, who are we not to be? Because you have something to share. Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah.
And like, who are we to say no to anything? I mean, like I was sharing with them yesterday too that I didn't really believe about horse therapy or anything before. I'm a therapist too. I'm a filmmaker, but I'm a psychotherapist, and I got to experience it because I was working in a recovery facility for some time, and that was one of the therapists, and it was like so impressive for me to see the impact that it would have in people, like things that you couldn't really address, of like basic awareness of how you connect to others, that the horses like just bring you that back impeccable mirror. And sometimes like when you're relating to a human, you don't, like in those circumstances, you don't get that awareness. Is harder, and it really had an impact on the clients that I work with. So I mean, like now I know. And that film brings the awareness for that too.
That's so cool. I didn't know you were a therapist also. So that film really touched you at the root of the root, the core. Yeah. Anything that I didn't ask you, or just intuitively or take away from the film, that you feel like you'd like to share with anyone who's tuning in now that is really into this oneness and shifting consciousness? Anything else that you'd like to share?
Yeah, I feel, yes, as creators, I think we just need to be very truth to our truth, and trust like what it's unfolding in us and what we are supposed to bring to the world, and trust that, and be open to connect to the right people. And it is important what we're doing, and I think we need to do this. We need to keep making conscious films and conscious media and bringing that into the world.
Beautiful.
And embracing the community. I mean, it feels great to be here.
So beautiful, so needed. Thank you for sharing your heart and being here.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.